Ever wondered about the gears that grind behind the scenes of democratic elections in India, ensuring that every vote counts? Well, one of the key roles in this complex machinery is that of the sector officers. A sector officer's job is a crucial one, especially in the effective implementation of the communication plan. From pre-poll planning to poll day duties, they are involved in every step of the way, ensuring a smooth and fair election process. Consequent upon their requisition for election management, the sector officers shall be provided adequate training that covers the process of election, operation of polling equipment, understanding of the model code of conduct, etc. They are also provided with essential documents and data, including a detailed map of the sector allotted to them, and a list of all notified polling stations, along with number and gender ratio of voters, voter turnout, and MCC violation cases in the last 2 elections, among other things. Once equipped with this knowledge, it is the duty of the sector officer to familiarize himself with their sector. In the process, the sector officer must verify and finalize the route map of his sector to ensure accessibility to the polling locations, widely publicize any newly notified stations, undertake field visits to ascertain the status of assured minimum facilities and essential minimum facilities at polling stations, and timely report any violations of the model code of conduct. The sector officer may hold regular meetings with the voters to inform them about enrollment timelines, voter helplines, and polling station locations, and encourage them to check their names in the electoral roll, either through the booth-level officers or via online mode. The sector officer should ensure EVM demonstrations for voters and the distribution of voter information slips by BLO at least 5 days before the poll. The undistributed slips shall be returned by each BLO to the ERO. Most importantly, the sector officer must undertake the exercise of vulnerability mapping on receipt of the VM1 report from the district election officer, which includes identifying vulnerable areas or populations in the sector along with the sources of vulnerability, and taking confidence-building measures such as visiting the vulnerable areas, holding discussions with the people, establishing contact points, etc., to mitigate vulnerability and ensure free access of the polling location to the voters. At this stage of the process, the sector officer must maintain contact details of everyone involved in the election process, including polling parties and emergency services, and timely submit reports of his field visits as in Annexure 1 of the checklist for sector officers, Annexure 2 and 3 of the Manual on Vulnerability Mapping, that is VM2 and 3, any violations of the MCC, etc. On the day before the poll, the sector officer is required to collect polling equipment, EVMs, VVPATs, and power packs, from the designated storage or distribution centers, note down their unique ID, make them poll-ready, label the reserve ones as reserve, and transport them in a vehicle provided by the district administration to reach the designated places as per the movement plan provided by the returning officer. The sector officer should ensure the preparedness of polling parties and oversee the setup of the polling stations, including the arrangement of voter assistance booths, display of information posters, deployment of security forces, etc. Only after all the requirements are met, the sector officer should give an OK report to the control room. On the morning of the voting day, the sector officer must ensure a mock poll is conducted for all polling stations before the commencement of the actual poll, and, if required, he should seize and replace any defective poll equipment which must be labeled as mock poll replace. The sector officer must timely report the completion of the mock poll process, that is, issuance of mock poll certificate, deletion of mock poll data, and removal of mock poll slips from VVPATs, and also report the commencement of the actual poll. The sector officer must ensure that Part 4 and Part 5 of the presiding officer's diary are filled in case of replacement of defective poll equipment during mock poll and actual poll, respectively. Throughout the polling process, the sector officer must visit the polling stations regularly, address any issues, assist the polling parties with procedures, provide polling personnel from reserve parties if required, and track and report on the presence/absence of polling agents. Any polling station where the mock poll had to be conducted in absence of polling agents ought to be visited more frequently. Additionally, the sector officer must examine the voting patterns in the sector to see if vulnerable sections are turning up to vote or not. Reports regarding voting percentages, any untoward incidents, and poll closure should be submitted as prescribed. After the close of poll, the sector officer should ensure proper sealing of poll equipment by the polling parties after pressing close on the CU and removing power packs from the VV-Pat. Further, the sector officer should monitor the preparation of forms and papers by polling parties and distribute honorarium to them. It should be ensured by the sector officer that the presiding officer's report, diary, and Form 17A, Register of Voters, are properly filled up, and copies of Form 17C are given to polling agents. The sector officer, along with the polling parties, must depart the polling location with poll equipment to reach the designated place in assigned vehicles only and deposit defective mock poll, Category C, unused reserve, Category D, equipment and left-out power packs. Finally, the sector officer must submit prescribed reports or certificates, including Annexure 2 of the checklist for sector officers, and leave the designated place after proper relieving by the returning officer. In summary, the responsibilities of the sector officers are vast and varied. They are the backbone of the election process, ensuring that every vote is counted and every voice is heard.